Well, somebody had a good weekend over the. Oh, fuck. Boy, choking up, can't even say it. Let's just talk about Dune, shall we? Hey, what up, Doe? Oh man, I've been drinking some green tea, so whatever. How you doing? Welcome to the channel. Glad you guys are tuning in. Want to talk about Dune and what happened over the weekend. Um, Pretty much it did pretty good according to insiders. Um, it made 41 million, and that's with even being shown on HBO Max, which questions if it wasn't on HBO Max, how much more money would it have made? Um, Very interesting question. Also, before they even got to the theaters, HBO Max showed it the day before. So that might have hurt a little bit. Also, it was already pirated. Probably that somebody snatched it from overseas, probably. Um, Overseas, it did great. Before it got loose here, made about 130 million overseas. So there's a good possibility it could make 300 million maybe by a couple months, maybe. We'll see. But the question is that the director like to have a sequel, but nobody's announcing the sequel. So this is something from Variety. Let me read it to you. After several pandemic-related delays, the Warner Brothers film opened in the U.S. and Canada over the weekend, collecting 41 million in ticket sales. It landed the biggest three-day total for the studio since it began its day and date strategy on HBO Max. A surprising feat since blockbusters hopeful like The Suicide Squad and Space Jam: A New Legacy, both of which hailed from popular franchises, failed to match expectations in the theater. Dune has been playing at the international box office for weeks and has since generated a sizable 220 million globally. So it's a little bit more. I'm sorry about that. So um, it's not record book worthy, but is respectable tally given the dramatically altered movie theater landscape, one that isn't far off from pre-pandemic expectations for this science fiction drama. Okay, so for the studio, it did great. Um, with going with HBO Max and everything. So here's the thing about why there's a sequel not being said yet. In short, it's not really Warner Brothers' decision to make, though the studio could opt not to distribute the film. Mm-hmm. However, the move seems unlikely given the positive reception to Dune and the media company leadership evident enthusiasm for all things awry. Legendary Pictures, the company that co-financed Dune, in addition to producing and developing the interplanetary adventure, owns the cinematic rights to the property and therefore determines whether or not a follow-up film will take place. Okay, so there you have it. Legendary Pictures basically is in charge of it hitting the theaters and would not doubt at this moment in time they're looking at how much money it made here in the United States and probably Canada too. They're probably happy how it did overseas, but they really wanted to get shown here in the United States. And it doesn't help out that it's on HBO Max at the same time. It didn't help out that HBO Max put it out first before it even hit the theaters. It doesn't help that it's already pirated on the internet somewhere. So According to the article, also they said there will be an announcement later on, maybe this week, that they will make a sequel. There's no comment from Warner Brothers or Legendary Pictures. I can see they'll make that announcement, unless I think they'll probably add in a contract. Legendary Pictures say this has got to go straight to the theater, will not be on HBO Max. Maybe by that time they make the sequel, we'll be out of this pandemic. And I know some people said, well, they had to show on HBO Max because of the pandemic. I understand that too. But the theaters have been very careful with people, moviegoers. So I still believe that they could have just shown this at the theaters. In fact, if I'm right, overseas, it's all theaters. They don't have no streaming service. So if I was Legendary Pictures, I'd be like, yes, we're doing a sequel. But it's theaters only. But at the same time, by the time the sequel is made, pandemic will probably be over. Right now, I guess there's a downward trend, mostly in the United States. So probably the turn might be next month that will hopefully get to some normalcy. And I think with Dune, you got to see it in the theaters. It's just that kind of picture where you have to see it in the theaters. I know some people said, well, I want to check it out first on HBO. And then if it's good, then I'll go to the theaters. Okay, that's fine. I got it. But then there's some people who like say, well, that was a good movie. I think I'll watch again, but I'll watch on HBO Max, save my money. See, there's give and take. And another thing I would like to ask, would Warner Brothers look down the road at other movies they got coming out and just say it's straight theater? I don't know what the contract is with HBO. I don't know if they can get out of it. Who knows? Somebody's like, well, you still got to pay for HBO. I think there's 3 million people on the United States that already own HBO. So they're not, these movies like Dune, The Suicide Squad, and Space Jam, A New Legacy, they're not making money from HBO. It's not like how Disney Plus did Black Widow, where you have Disney Plus, but you have to pay an extra to see Black Widow. HBO, you got HBO, period. You get to see it, point blank. So I don't know if Warner Brothers can get out of that, but right now they're stuck with it. And I don't know what movies they got coming up next. I saw advertisement with something. I'm not sure what it was, but we'll see what's down the road. That's all we can say. So what do you think about everything going on? Dune doing great this weekend. The announcement of a sequel, all that good stuff. Would they stop streaming on HBO? All that. Let me know in the comments. If you like this video, give me a like. Please share with your friends. Let them see it also. Maybe they want to comment also. And you want to hear any more future content from me, please subscribe. You guys have a good one. Talk to you later.